Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Texans potentially signing running back, four-time Pro Bowler Nick Chubb. I didn't really think this was something I would talk about, but there have been these rumors going around that the Texans could be interested in signing Nick Chubb to pair him with, pairing him with Joe Mixon in the running back room, which would that would definitely combine an amazing running back duo right there if the Texans were to do it. Do I think it happens? I would say most likely not. The reason I say this, Texans having Damian Pierce and just drafting Woody Marks in the fourth round this year, and then also re-signing Dre and Gabolaway, I would say it's unlikely the Houston Texans sign Nick Chubb. But there are these rumors, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. And any Texans fans that are watching, I'd like to know what you guys would think about the Houston Texans potentially signing Nick Chubb and adding in a 1B punch for Joe Mixon. It would be, I'm sure Joe Mixon would still be 1A, and Nick Chubb would be 1B to Joe Mixon. But Nick Chubb this year had 332 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns with 5 receptions, 31 receiving yards, and 1 receiving touchdown, and only 8 games, 8 starts this year, returning from a really bad injury. Last year, he only played 2 games with 170 rushing yards, no rushing touchdowns. He also had 4 receptions for 21 receiving yards in the 2023 season. Got hurt in the first half of week 2 against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football. Reason I can tell you that is because I had Nick Chubb in fantasy in 2023. Don't want to talk about it. 2022, he was a Pro Bowler, 1,500 rushing yards, 12 rushing touchdowns in 17 games, 239 receiving yards, 1 receiving touchdown, had 1,200 rushing yards and 8 rushing touchdowns in 2021, had 12 rushing touchdowns with 1,100 rushing yards in 12 games in 2020. So, yes, have injuries messed up Nick Chubb? Yes. Is he the number one guy like he was before years ago in Cleveland? Absolutely not. But is he still a solid running back? I believe so. He can be a solid backup, a solid 1B or 2 to Joe Mixon. But the only thing is all these other running backs the Texans have on their roster, Damian Pierce, Woody Marks, Dre and Gabolaway, that's the only thing that makes it difficult to potentially sign Nick Chubb. Here's the thing I will look at. The Cowboys were a team that were interested. They're out. Another team that was interested was obviously him going back to Cleveland. I don't think that's an option. They have Jerome Ford. He's back next year. They drafted Dylan Sampson from Tennessee in the 4th round. And the 2nd round drafted Judkins from Ohio State. I don't think they need another running back. Look, I think you can look at the Steelers. They lost Najee Harris. I know they did draft a running back at some point in the draft. I think you could look at them to potentially add in Nick Chubb. I wouldn't rule them out of him staying in the North with Pittsburgh. So that is an option. But you guys let me know your thoughts. If Nick Chubb not to the Cowboys or Browns and maybe not to the Texans, where does he end up? Doesn't seem like the Chargers. I used to think the Chargers could be an option, but they've got Najee Harris. They drafted Hampton in the 1st round. They're not an option. I thought that was an option for him as free agency started, but not anymore. It'd be interesting to see where Nick Chubb can end up. But I would say maybe Pittsburgh is a sleeper as well for him. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.